approach them without extra, I don't know, armor. Maybe when you're starting, you have to have the armor because you just have no confidence. But until you try it without, how will you know? You know, there's this great study. I mention it to everyone I do beekeeping with. College students, they're chosen. This group will be patients. This group, welcome, David. This group will be patients. This group will be guards. And they're put in a situation where the patients have a little hospital gown and bare feet. The guards have boots and sunglasses and leather coats. And they're allowed to intermingle for a week on a floor of a hospital. And they never get the week because after 4 days, the guards are torturing the patients. And it's something about human nature. When we are impregnable, we make advantage of it. We somehow take advantage of our power. And it just seems to be human nature. These studies again and again prove that. So I want to become someone who is sensitive. I want to become someone who moves correctly. And so when a bee lands on me, I look like that perhaps, or I go like that. Whereas the average first approach you have with bees is that. Or I'll be working and someone's helping me, and I'll say, would you mind smoking them? I have to tell you, smoking them. Here's my smoker. It's ready for the next use because when I was done last time, I threw in some more leaves and put it in the can there so that these leaves are nice and dry and ready for the next use. I just use oak leaves. The catalogs tell you to buy special things, but anyway, when I'll say to someone, would you mind smoking them for me? Every now and then it's nice to remind them that you're the beekeeper. It's not to scare them. It's not to cow them like a whip. And I've seen people go, there's bees in the air, it doesn't work. The bees don't care about the smoke. What the smoke does is tell them you're the beekeeper. That's all it does. And if you do too much, sorry, you're kind of eating too much. If you do too much, they get mad. And as it defeats the purpose of calming them. You're really telling them, remember that humans and bees have been together for thousands of years and we've always had this relationship. That's what you're telling them, I believe, with the smoke. And so when I ask someone to smoke, here, I'm finally back to my story. I'll say, would you smoke the bees? And they go, you know, and of course, the bees immediately are coming out. If you simply go that fast, a bee will come out and land on you and say, what's going on? Because the beekeeper is this fast, right? And so everything you do is like this. And if you're stung, you go, oh, I was stung. And if you're stung a lot, you'll say, there's another one. Right? And you're continuing to do your work. I have to say, though, that, like I say, I was not stung. I have not been stung for months. I'm losing my immunity because I'm so careful, so slow that no one's ever stinging me. They will land on me. You can see a bee when it's mad, if you know bees. They land on you mad, and then they calm down and they go away. Because when they landed on you, they expected you to go like this, or like that. And so when they landed, no. And then they fly away. It's really interesting to watch that. They expect something, especially if you've been moving quickly, they expect a predator. So prove them wrong. And go home saying, I was in a beehive, I took all the honey today, and nobody stung me. It was so great. Because you end up starting to feel like a robber if you're in there with the suit and the blower. You've stolen something. You know, you snuck in there with guns or whatever. You took it. But me, I'm in there the whole time. I'm naked to them, really. And I get home and I feel I didn't steal it. It's a much better feeling. You feel better about yourself, better about the bees. Question?
When they are making adequate honey,
yes,
do they continue to mix larvae into some of the frames? Or when they have enough, do they make those frames clean? Because I feel kind of bad about filtering out some larvae.
Yeah, you should feel bad. I think you should feel bad. You don't have to do that. When, like I say, if you find a frame with larvae in it, you say, okay, that's theirs. Or you say this beehive, somehow in its background, it has learned that beekeepers take too much, and they're trying to stop you, I think. Because most of the hives I see, they only make larvae down here. And if they make it here, it's odd, it's strange. They really don't. And so I never see larvae. And if I find maybe one frame has larvae, I'll leave that frame, or I'll put it in with the super that I add after I took the honey away. I'll leave that one frame that had larvae in it. But overall, I say it doesn't happen at all enough to warrant the queen excluder. And you do not have to ever bring larvae home. If you do the one frame at a time, it's very clear to see, this one I won't take, this one I will. It's a different approach, it takes longer, you don't make money, but you feel better.
So some of the frames will be clean of larvae?
Totally. This whole thing, not a single larva, no queen excluder, only one bottom, not a double, triple, or whatever. You can have very tall hives, especially in California. These hives, you need step ladders to work on them. And they're putting the new one maybe here and the old one there, but in Texas, at least in my neighborhood, we never get much honey. And years may go by before I take honey. This year was good already, I took some honey. People go into beekeeping to make money and make honey, and really, that's not the idea. You go into beekeeping to support bees, and you may get honey as a gift now and then. Queen excluder. Starter kit. You're a new beekeeper, you look in the catalog and you buy the starter beehive. Of course, you trust the bee company, they know what they're doing. Well, what they know is they trick you into buying something you would never buy if you were a beekeeper, because they send you frames, and each frame is full of plastic foundation. Maybe they want to get you into that idea because they make more money on plastic. I don't understand. It seems like they make less money on plastic. It must be the plastic corporations are pushing them with kickbacks or something. Why would they do that? The bee doesn't like it. You'll see a comb, the plastic is there, and in this tiny little area next to the plastic, just that little teeny area there, they have made a honeycomb, and you look behind it and they've totally not touched the plastic. They've got a little honeycomb hanging there, and they're trying their best to not touch that plastic. And all you need is one of those to realize they don't like the plastic. It seems kind of obvious. Why would they rather have plastic than wax? Bees wax. It must be something someone's making money on. And I can only figure that the bee supplier is making money, because you end up buying the other kind of frames later or the other kind of foundation later, so they trick you into buying the plastic. That's all I can think of.
Jack, is there some sort of strategy to switch out frames that have plastic in them already with other frames?
Yeah, you have to figure it out. That's what I said when I started today. You think and think and think for weeks. What can I do? What can I do? And then it takes 10 minutes to do it. If the bees are using it, it's hard to take it from them. If they're actually using it, you can maybe wait until that beehive dies or something. But if you discover this idea that I gave you and they haven't started using it, simply change them today, whatever. I've got here marked and clipped. When you buy queens with your package or with your nuke, or you simply need a queen, if you have been a bumbling beekeeper, which is the main danger to bees, is the beekeeper. If you have lifted the lid, you come to the beehive, smoke it. Oh, here's the first, I'll show you some mistakes. So, you're ready, you smoke the entrance, smoke yourself. You gotta smoke yourself. The smoke is for you. You're trying to convince them that you're not a bear, right? Or whatever. You smoke yourself, because who in nature smells like smoke? Only the beekeeper, right? So you smoke yourself, and you somehow smoke in here. First mistake, because as soon as you did this, all the bees ran up onto the edge. Boom, dead bees. The first thing you've done is kill 10 bees. And they know, it smells like dead bees in there. They know very well. So Not good. What this person is, I don't know what that is, but he smells like smoke and he's killing us, right?